Hello everyone, hopefully it's not too noisy or windy, but I have test driving a Kia EV3. This is the GT Line S, so it's the top spec with a sunroof. No, this is just a GT, but we were talking about a GT Line S which has a sunroof, not a pan roof, and doesn't it look fantastic even in a grey? I'm going off monochrome or low muted colours personally, yeah, doesn't it look absolutely fantastic? Great headlights, great lines, not too big, not too small. Let's check out, it's got one of these because it knows I'm outside the car, it's got it open there. And so let's have a look at the interior. Right, so you've got full electric seats that let you go forward and back, do the tilts, etc. It's really quite comfortable and easy to get adjusted into. We've got perforated, I don't think they're ventilated, but they are perforated seats for summer, and they're certainly heated. They look absolutely fabulous. Let's have a look at the dash. The efficiency is not bad. I'm used to a 4 miles per kilowatt, 3.2s, probably because we're just heating the car up from really cold. The map's very familiar to me from my Hyundai. It's still quite good. You've got temperature buttons, you've got 2-zone climate control, and you've got temperature buttons that you can do with your hand, because that's a big criticism of modern cars from a lot of quarters these days. Let's have a look at some of the other features. You've got heated seats for 3 levels, and you've got heated steering wheel, and that's really nice. This is from the Kia Hyundai parts bin. I remember this from the Ioniq 6 when I had a little test drive of those. And there's an easy way to turn off your some of your driving assistance features, so your lane keep assist you can do there. Otherwise, I think it's really quite useful, really quite comfortable. Now, this is one of the things that slides out. So if I open this up, you can slide this wee table out somehow. There you go. And this is like a stone effect. It looks like it's made of granite. Obviously it's not, it's just plastic. But this is one of the things where you could allegedly work on your laptop or something like that while you're charging, etc. I don't think it quite works like that. But yeah, I think it's really nice in here. You can see that the door bins are quite good. You've got one of these things, if I put this back, you've got this Kia thing that they're doing now with the cup holders, that you can have a wide open space, or that you can press these buttons that have these cup holders slide up. Might be a bit rattly because they're not cushioned at all though, so if you're not quite perfect fit, although you do have this to allow them to come bigger and maybe a little less rattly with that. You've got your charging, your wireless charging for your phone. That's been quite good to lay them there, but you do have powered USB-C points here, and if we push here you've got your cigarette lighter 12-volt thing there, which is quite nice. Let's have a look at the children's room in the back, and see how much room you've got. Ooh. So let's do unlock. So I unlock over here, unlock, great, there we go. Here we are. So, really nice seats, again, perforated pleather these are, and you've got your ISOFIX seating. It's really quite nice in here, and obviously you've got a flat tunnel, which is an improvement from my Kona, and that still on some EVs you don't quite get the right room. So I'm only 5'9", but I've got loads of room. This is how a 5'9" person would sit in the room before, so I've got, it feels like you've got at least a foot. That's probably not quite right, is it? But you've got a fist and a half, that's quite good. Loads of room under there if you're taller, etc. Let's turn around to see my ugly mush and see how much headroom we've got. So hopefully you should be able to see that, 5'9". How much have I got? I've got 2 fingers, 3 fingers, so you got at least a 2-inch, I would say, so that's not too bad. How about in the middle? We are raised. It is a less comfortable experience. I'm only a size 9 feet, so if you've got bigger than size 9 feet you might struggle to be comfortable in here next to 2 6-footers, but there is enough room, and because there's no raised transmission, it's better than most petrol cars, I would say. And how about the room in here? Well, I'm sat up really straight, and my head is almost touching. Get 2 fingers underneath, and comfort wise it would depend on what you do with this. So that can only go up that high. So now if I'm an adult sat in the middle, that headrest is like underneath my neck rather than up the back, so that's suboptimal, but still there's more room in the Kona, there's more room in the Nero back here, and it's a definite upgrade in terms of utility. It's got these useful handhold things for you getting up and out and things if you're trying to get up and out, and so you've got things to sort of help pull you up if you've got disabled rear passengers, or just if you're trying to switch out quite easily. You've got USB-Cs in the back here, and you've got ventilation in the back here, which is an upgrade for me. This GT Line S comes with Harman Kardon speakers, and these are just standard Kia ones, but if you go for the top line, the GT Line S, not just the GT Line, the GT Line S, you get Harman Kardon speakers, but otherwise it all looks quite nice in here. This is soft touch plastic, it's not hard and shiny, that's hard and shiny, that's soft for your elbows, nice and comfortable. Overall, I'm thinking this is still really good. Let's have a look in the boot. So the one I tried in the showroom was a powered liftgate because it was the GT Line S. This one's a GT Line and has manual liftgate. So yeah, so you can see that that's not electric, that's where the button would be. And so you've got this to pull down, so that's reasonably practical. Let's look at the boot. I can't remember the literage, so I'll have to pop that up in some text here, but it's bigger than the Kona. You can see that they've actually taken the floor out, so the flat floor would usually be here and you would only have this much room, but they've removed that and they've got a boot protection thing and they've placed it lower, so you can actually pull this out and then refit it. See if I can do that with one hand holding this camera. And I'll put that on the top. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it's fallen down. Right. But that's ish what it would look like. I wonder if this one's broken. And it's fairly easy to take these out, so you just pull them in and then they slide out. So that's quite good for easy removal. So I think that's quite nice. Oh dear, so I just recorded loads and I don't know where I recorded. So I don't know if I turned that back on once I got back in the car. So, oh, what have I forgot to say? Oh, this is a nightmare. So it is about the same quality as the Kona Ultimate. I would say this is from being in my mum's ultimate petrol car, Kona. It's about the same size. There's a bit more room than the Kona. There's a bit more boot room, which is kind of what I'm looking for with going camping and things like that. We're just struggling with room a little bit. The quality, the fit and finish of this is really quite nice. The soft finishings everywhere. The luxuries for heated seats and heated steering wheels are all there. Some of the downsides are the price. You got to pay extra for heat pump even in the top spec. Not quite sure about that, but in terms of like the interior looks, you could be kind of proud of this car, whereas my Kona, even though it's 4 years old, just it looks very dated inside and things like that. The range seems great. This is only 60% charged, but it's got 188 miles on the clock, so I'll do the calculation. It says max is 284 miles if you're driving really economically. That's not max charge, that's from 66%, because actually the WLTP figure for this car is about 384. This seems like a great option. It's a great car, and also I'm really impressed with Kia doing unsupervised test drives, which is super nice, so that I can do this sort of thing and get comfortable to see if I like the car or not without a salesman with me. So really nice car, really like it. Great sort of compromise between not too big, not too small, but with just a bit of extra room. It's nice to have an EV with no transmission tunnel and all that sort of thing. You've got a bit of ambient lighting that you can see in the doors, and here I'm sure you can change those colours somewhere with a setting, but otherwise it just looks fab. Let me show you and have a little chat with you out here. So what we can see outside here, we're just at the Metro Centre by these Zest chargers I've covered before. There's 40 of them. I think they're 22 kilowatts, they're definitely three-phase chargers. And the Kia EV3 just looks great. These headlines are new on the EV6 as well. They're a similar sort of shape and design sort of language is what all the car journalists call them. Sadly, it's a miserable day, but it's not dark enough to see how good the headlights are. These are just the LED running lights. You can see this kind of alloy style, which, you know, I'm never really fussed about what they look like, to be honest. I'd rather just have the most efficient aero type stuff. But yeah, I really like these door handles as well. These are really sort of aero, and they're nice and easy to use, although it seems to have locked itself again. But yeah, I'm really impressed. Let me know what you think about the Kia. It comes in a great burnt orange, it comes in a great pistachio, which all looks super nice. Let me know what you think. The last thing I'll do, because I think I lost the footage, is just tell you about a couple of my referral links below. So if you're looking for a new energy company and you want 50 quid that's free, well, use my Octopus Energy link below. You get 50 quid, I get 50 quid. They're as cheap as anyone for just plain tariffs anyway, but they've got great electric vehicle, great battery, great solar, and great heat pump tariffs. So if you're in the market for one of those, look them up, use my referral code, and we both win. If you're looking to travel with your EV around UK or Europe, why don't you use my Octopus Electroverse referral code below, and you could get a £5 credit and I'll get £5 credit. Wonderful. And then the last thing would be is my Back Market link. So if you're in the market for any new electronics, Back Market is a second-hand or refurbished electronics website. If it says it's in excellent quality, everything that I've bought from that's said it's excellent has been excellent. It's fully worked. You get quite big discounts. You can get up to 30% off the new price, so that's nice, and so you can get like affordable second-hand electrics. So yeah, use my link below for £10 off and I get 20 quid as well. So that's a nice little bit of credit for me to keep doing these videos in my spare time. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Let me know if there's any questions about the EV3, and I'll try and answer them and make sure I've got the facts and figures, and I'll put the EV database figures for all the range and charging speeds and things below. Things to note, although the EV6 and the EV9 or the 800 volt architecture, this is on 400 volts, it doesn't charge quite as quick as those. It's not 230 kilowatts, it's lower. I think it's about the same as the Kona. I'll double check. I think it's about 100 kilowatts. But yeah, I think it's actually a really nice car. Now, I've just tested the Citroen EC4, and that is 22 grand new with the discounts that they're giving, whereas this is 43. So is this twice as nice as a Citroen C4? Probably not, and whether you're willing to pay double for it very much depends on how much money you have and your sort of income bracket, for whether that's value for you. Because if you needed two cars for two adults, then you'd definitely get two C4s, wouldn't you? And you wouldn't have as good vehicles, but you would have more value for your money. And this is a brand new vehicle, and it's selling quite well, I perceive, and so there's not much big discounts. You could get a couple of grand off on Auto Trader last time I looked, but not huge, 9, 10, 12 grand off we've seen off some of the other cars that are struggling to sell. So if you really wanted a value proposition, see this in a year's time, because although it's above 40 grand tax threshold for the £400 a year extra to your road tax, that threshold's been looked at and might go up to 46 or whatever, or 50. The government have said that they're considering doing that, and the EVA England, the Electric Vehicle England Association, are sort of lobbying them to do that. And if they don't, then maybe a lot of these cars will reduce in price to be just under 40 grand. So maybe waiting a little bit, you could get a bit better value. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for your attention. Ciao.